Welcome to our home, and welcome to spring. So I just went out and just this minute and picked these. These are jasmine, and it's kind of the first sign of spring around here, and they just smell so beautiful. And these are, if you plant one little plant, you'll get. I mean, they can kind of take over. So, but anyway, right now we have a whole big section that's just filled with these.
Oh, I wish you could smell these. They're amazing, like a spicy, sweet, wonderful smell.
Yeah. So, it's spring now. Even though it's really cold here, but still, it's officially spring. That's our dog, if you hear the barking in the background, enjoying spring. So, I tend to pick stories from our early lives, and I'm doing that again. But hopefully you can see that you can really use this in your life every single day. All right. So something that you need to know about me is that, Barry and I met when we were 18, and I just fell so deeply in love with Barry, and I never really looked at any other men or were interested in any other men. I just felt like I got the best, and that was it. That's how I was living my life. So we started having children 11 years after we met, when we were 29. And this is a story that takes place 4 years after that, when we were both 33. So I'm a nurse, and back in those days, there was no online courses. And in order to renew your nursing license, you had to take a certain number of classes and get a certain number of credits. So those classes had to be taken in person somewhere. So I was looking at the bulletin of possible classes, and there was one on healing. That sounded very interesting, and it was down in Big Sur at this beautiful place. It's for the weekend. So I signed up to go, and I was going to sleep in the parking lot in our VW bus because, we didn't have much money then. So now something that was happening in our lives was that I just became so dedicated to my spiritual path, and this happened at around age 25. I meditated a lot. I was reading spiritual books. I was just trying to do everything I could to grow closer to God. I was married. I had a little girl, and there was my spiritual path, and that was my life. So Barry, my beautiful Barry. Oh, you should share this. Barry.
I wasn't reading spiritual books at that point in my life. Actually, what I was really into, we had a Volkswagen bus, and I was determined that I was going to do all the repairs on this Volkswagen bus. So it's embarrassing, but the book that I was studying at that point, and some of you may remember this book, it's something like Volkswagen Repair for the Complete Idiot is the title of the book, something like that. It was called The Idiot Manual. But I wasn't an idiot, but there was a lot of good information in there. Spiritual, I'm not sure.
That was Barry's life. Excellent husband, amazing father. He was a doctor, he ran a clinic, and in his spare time, he did all the mechanical work on the bus and kept it tuned up, and for the most part. And I began to feel, now I have to say this is embarrassing, that I began to feel superior to Barry, that I was more advanced spiritually, just better. And that's not a good feeling.
Definitely more spiritual. That's what you were feeling.
Definitely more spiritual, but it's not a good feeling. It's not healthy to feel superior to anybody in any way. So that's what was happening in our family when I signed up for this course. Now, when I sent the check off in the mail, I had this intuition, very strong, that during this course, I was going to meet a new man. And it scared me, but it was also, part of me was like intrigued. What could this be? I hadn't had any interest in another man ever since I met Barry. So anyway, I rode off in our bus down to this beautiful place in Big Sur, and Barry stayed home with our daughter, who was 4 years old at the time. And, kissed goodbye, and this was a big deal for me to be away from the family. So I got to the course, and the man said that it was about inner healing, and he asked us to pick something that needed to be healed. Perhaps it was in our bodies, perhaps it was something in a relationship. So I picked that, and I felt that this feeling superior over Barry, that needed to be healed. And so this man led us in these meditations over the course of 3 days. And each time I looked at this and I saw the opposite, which was how spiritual Barry is. And each meditation grew and grew, and I saw his spirituality had nothing to do with the becoming a auto mechanic, but it was, it went way beyond all of that, the depth of his soul. And I began yearning for him so much. Meanwhile, in this class, it was all women. They're all much older than me, and so at first I thought that intuition, like meeting another man, yeah, right.
Wasn't there one man there?
No,
there wasn't any.
No, that was the men at that time. There weren't so many male nurses. Now there are, because they make excellent nurses. So on the Sunday, the last day, I called Barry early in the morning. I said, "You have to come. You just have to come and be with me." And he's like, "Okay, I'll find childcare for Rami, and I'll hitchhike down," because that was our only car. And he hitchhiked down, and I was waiting for him. And when I saw Barry, I just ran into your arms. I was like, oh my gosh, it was like seeing him for the first time. The love was just overflowing. And we had been together, 14 years? 15 years.
Yeah.
And I was so happy, and these other nurses, they're like, "Oh, you must have just met." It's that kind of energy. I'm like, no, actually not. But I saw who he really, really was, because I focused on the positive. So that's the lesson today, is whoever you're in relationship with, it could be your partner, it could be one of your children or your parents, a friend, a coworker, and maybe it's someone that you're having a hard time with, to focus on the positive, to really, really close your eyes and feel what is the most positive part of this person, and to feel that, even maybe to speak it out loud. And you will see, if you keep doing this, your relationship with that person is going to change for the better Absolutely. I guarantee this. So it's a beautiful lesson.
Oh. So your intuition did come true. You did find a new man.
I really did.
I hadn't changed. I mean, I showed up with my coveralls and grease under my finger. No, I didn't. I was dressed properly.
Okay. Yeah, you're okay. Yeah. So the change. Yeah, that's important. The change was not in Barry. Yeah. The change was in me, and the new man. And we can all do this. Yeah. It's not that hard, really. But it does take discipline and a real willingness to really focus on the positive.
Yeah. I just want to share that two days ago, I had my second cataract surgery on this eye. So just in case I look a little different or I'm not looking clearly, it's because with this eye, I can't really see very well yet. It takes time for the vision to clear with the new lens. But so if I'm squinting, that's what's going on. But I have great hope that just like my right eye that was done before, it cleared up and my vision became so clear and vibrant. And that's what I'm hoping soon for this eye.
But you can still sing.
I can still sing. But I want to just share something. It just came to me, that I just realized that in our quest for spirituality, before we had children, we traveled everywhere. And I just remembered that one of the teachers that we heard about and sought, it was in Boston. It was this man named Carmu, and he was an auto mechanic of all things. And he had this following, and people treated him like the guru. He was, to us, he was just a car mechanic. But I'm just realizing maybe that was part of why I was learning to be a mechanic. I don't know. Maybe not.
Perhaps.
All right.
We've had a lot of really good teachers. That was not actually one of them, but.
All right. All right. My steps make way into the mystery of life. I've touched the heart of love, and all is right. In peace, I long to be in peace. Awake, I long to be awake. In love, I long to be in love. With you, I long to be with you. I've walked this path so many years. These trees have freed me from so many fears. My steps make way into the mystery of life. I've touched the heart of love, and all is right. In peace, I long to be in peace. Awake, awake, I long to be awake. In love, I long to be in love with you, I long to be with you. Okay, so close your eyes and realize that we're all souls on this path. And yeah, we've been on this path a long time. And we're learning to love. And we're learning about the holiness of every soul. So if you hold yourself above another soul, you're making a mistake. Because every soul is holiness. Not the actions that the soul does or in life. The actions can be harmful or wrong or cruel even. But every soul is holy. Every soul. That's a big one, but if you can just glimpse that, the holiness of who we all really are on this path through the world to more and more love. All right, take a breath and open your eyes, and thanks for being with us, and I hope we can all learn this amazing lesson in life, that we're really all beautiful souls.
Thank you for watching. And just like these jasmine flowers are coming out everywhere around here, I hope that spring is touching your heart and your home, wherever you are. All right.
And if you enjoy working on vehicles, it's fine. It's a beautiful thing.
Wait.
What?
All right. Thank you for watching.